You know what episode this is?
7.
We are such good hosts of a podcast. We can't even remember the episode number this is.
Well, we used to not count the vaults as episodes, and we are this season. I think that's what's throwing us off.
Yeah, that's definitely like throwing the mix off a little bit. But anyways, welcome back to the Catchin Up Podcast. My name is Tyler.
My name is Gabriel.
And we're here for one of the later episodes in the season. Probably the second to last, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because I go home to Florida in a week. So, you know, we'll be chilling. Maybe we'll see. I don't know if we'll have time, but we might be able to get another, what do we call those? I forgot what we called those. There was like a special name to those episodes, but basically when we record in person. But yeah, we'll see if we're able to make it happen. See. That'll probably be next
We'll
season.
See if the want is there.
Well, the want and like also the time. I feel like the timing is a big thing.
If the want's there, we'll make the time.
I'm gonna be
so
like,
you guys better show up.
I'm working a quadruple shift today, but let's do it after, bro.
But dude, I got a 30-minute break. We can really squeeze it in.
He said, just come through to work. We'll do it here.
Yeah, we just gotta we'll just do it in the car.
But anyways, we're excited to be back and doing a little chit chat here. But first off, we're gonna start off with a review.
No, first off, we're just gonna get through with that intro.
Oh, yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show's about to start.
And here's the intro because this is getting weird.
I like this thing. This thing is thick.
It's
top.
fluffy.
Honestly, bro, these things are so good. To let your actions of being a Christian speak louder than your words. So
if we can't control that ourselves, then it's like, who can? God can.
Catching Up Podcast. If you're not caught up, you're catching up.
I don't necessarily know what that means.
All right, now go.
Okay, and now we're gonna. Okay. All right, so yeah, we're gonna kick off the episode with a review. We were thinking about some different food options, but then Gabe had received his package of Bucked Up Protein. So I had bought the Bucked Up Protein, the clear protein, from TikTok Shop. This was actually my first ever purchase off TikTok Shop because I wanted to make some videos with it. But then he ordered it because we were like, oh, let's see like how it works, whatever, from my link. And but I really did want him to try it because like these things are actually really good. For protein, like, I mean, we'll obviously see his reaction. I've tried them before. For TikTok purposes, we're going to act like I haven't tried it before. But for YouTube purposes, you guys are the real ones. So you get the scope. You get it all. The scoop. You get it all.
Well, and Spotify. Our one listener, Josh.
Okay, we appreciate the Spotify. Come on now. Okay, so today we're going to be trying the Bucked Up Clear Protein. This is everywhere, all over TikTok Shop right now, whatever. So basically, it's just a clear protein. There's no milk. There's literally no sugar. It's 100 grams. It's 100 calories. 25 grams. 25 grams. It's 100 calories. 25 grams of protein, and that's it. No fat, no sugar, no carbs. It's literally straight protein.
It's literally only 10 milligrams of sodium, 10 milligrams of potassium, 6 milligrams of calcium. This is basically pure fuel.
And
but no
the
caffeine.
Thing is like, it's basically like protein soda because it tastes like
it's carbonated?
a flavored sparkling water. Yeah, it's carbonated.
Fire.
Look, it says lightly carbonated protein.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They should have just low-key said protein soda. It probably would have been more like advertising or appetizing. But anyways, let's go ahead and crack this one. So we're doing the orange cream today. There's a whole variety pack, but we decided to rock with the orange cream.
Let's see. Look.
There.
Oh, wow. That was crispy.
So it's completely clear
smell.
on the inside. There's no like food coloring or anything like that to like or red dye 40. So you're safe on that too.
Dude, this smells really good.
Yeah,
this smells like a really good creamsicle.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Right?
I'm excited.
All right, let's try it out.
All right, cheers. Cheers. Woo. That's crazy.
I mean, this one it's heavy on the orange and it has the cream. The cream like filters in on the back end. Like the aftertaste is more of the cream than the orange.
Definitely.
which I actually like a little bit because I'd rather have obviously like the cream flavor over the orange. But dude, I think this thing is great for number one for protein because I mean, me and him used to go to the gym together all the time when I lived back in Florida. And, you know, it'd always be like you had to buy the powders. And then, like, the powders always taste bad with water. So I was like, all right, let me wait till I get home so I could take it with milk. Then I would do it with milk, but, like, it would just be so thick. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to eat a meal. So it was always, like, some balance. I'm like, dude, this, like, yeah, is it the best tasting thing in the world? No, obviously not. But, like, it's really good for 25 grams of protein. And, like, you could drink this with your meal because it's so light. It's refreshing. There's obviously different flavors. So, like, if you don't want orange cream with your meal, you can have, like, you know, green apple or berry or something, whatever you would have in like a soda or like a sparkling water. But for what it is, it's great. You know, what do you think?
Dude, I'm really impressed with this product. Like, seriously, I'm not the biggest fan of creamsicle. I'm not gonna lie. Like, for some reason, that's just never been like my thing. Excuse me, but I can appreciate it, and this is really good. Like you said, it's not a creamsicle hit right away. It's an orange with a little bit of cream aftertaste. They're like kind of like an afterthought. And dude, especially for it being clear, you cannot tell there's protein. Like, if you didn't tell me there was protein in this, I wouldn't have known.
That's
like,
what I'm
you could have
saying.
compared
It's the
this
same thing
to
my friend
another.
said.
Right, you could have compared this to like another creamsicle drink, especially since it's like zero sugar. It's kind of like a Zevia. Which is like the like it gives me like Zevia vibes, where it's like if you're used to like cream soda from like cream soda Faygo, like yeah, obviously that's gonna taste better because there's a boatload of sugar in there and dyes. But dude, this is phenomenal. Definitely like especially for being protein, 10 out of 10. Like, I'm really impressed. This is really good. Like you said, you can have it with a meal. You can have it on its own. It's refreshing. You can't tell. There's no chalkiness. There's no like
That's the
weird
biggest thing.
aftertaste.
The chalkiness was so bad with protein.
None
bro.
of that, dude. Like if this was a blind test and you just poured this in a cup, because obviously I'm not gonna like pour. Oh wait, you might be able to see it.
It's got to be the thumbnail.
As you saw, it's clear. Dude, like if you pour this in a cup, have me taste test it blindly, I would have never in a million years thought that there was protein in it.
Yeah.
Let alone 25 milligrams or grams.
It's a 10 out of
25
10,
grams.
Man. Easy 10 out of 10. The only thing is like the pricing. So like sometimes on TikTok Shop, you can find it on sale for like, we both got it at the Black Friday sale or like cheaper. So it was like $25 for the 12 pack. So that's the only thing is you have to catch it when it's on that. Because if not, it's about $50, which is basically like $4 something a can. So it's honestly not bad. But like, you know, obviously you can buy a tub of protein with 30 servings for like, I don't know, $30-$40. So you only get 12 in these. But like, honestly, for me, I think this is a great product to like, you know, you buy the variety pack and then you just have it. Maybe you still have your other, you know, your protein jug for the value, but this is like, oh, I want to have a protein drink with my dinner, or oh, I'm not feeling the chocolate protein tonight. Like I want to do one of these, like just to kind of integrate in, because that way, like, you know, you don't obviously spend so much money on it, but at the same time you get to enjoy your protein in some sense. Because I've tried all of them. I tried Ghost, I've tried, you know, 1UP, I've tried all these different brands of like the proteins, and like they've just never really resonated that well with me. I'll chug them, it's not a big a deal, but like this I would actually sit down and drink, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like this. Sorry. Yeah, this is definitely one of those drinks that I'm like, I'm actually going to drink this because I want to. Like, I enjoy it. It's not because I'm trying to hit a goal or anything like that. I definitely agree. And it's also convenient, dude. Like, I could have just popped this in my backpack, taken it anywhere, drinking it on the car ride. I could have taken this on my break, had this on my break so you get some protein, you know, re-up during your break at work. Yeah, you could shotgun it, honestly. You're like, yeah, you want to see me chug 25 milligrams and like, milligrams. I keep saying milligrams. 25 grams of protein in like 5 seconds. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm just baffled that it's protein and it's not chalky whatsoever. Like, this is the first drink. Because even the protein cold from Starbucks, which was really good, still had like a chalky-ish aftertaste.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is a clear liquid that has no chalkiness whatsoever, I'm literally mind blown.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how they do that. But, there is a lot of different clear protein out there nowadays. Like, they have powder form of clear protein that, like, is actually good. But from everything I've seen, they are a little bit more expensive than, like, the regular proteins that you would get, like, chocolate or vanilla or something. So, like, it's kind of a toss-up if you go with that or this, but...
I'm kind of blown away because I'm reading the ingredients, and it's the protein's whey protein isolate.
Uh-huh.
And... I'm assuming it comes from this, but I'm surprised that the allergen is milk for a clear liquid.
I actually just saw that too. It literally says contains milk.
But it's probably because of the protein. I think whey protein comes from
It's got to be the protein because I'm like they don't even come refrigerated.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when you get them in, so it has to be.
We all just start dying on the pod.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, it has to be because it doesn't
my mind
even
is
say
blown.
whey protein isolate. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, anyways, but literally it says 0 lactose right here. So yeah, it has to just be the whey because this is 0 lactose on the side here.
Oh yeah, it does.
So anyways, now that we're analyzing this can, but yeah, definitely listen, if you're in the workout game and you're looking for something different to get your protein in, this is a really solid option. Like for real, we're not sponsored by them, obviously. Like, I did.
If you want
try
to
make some sale videos.
we're down.
And I might actually, maybe I'll make a video out of this one too. I don't know, but it's a really, really good. And I've tried some of the other flavors, and like I've not had a flavor I don't like yet. Some of them can be a little bit stronger on the flavor profiling. But it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's not super
It's like a
artificial.
preference. It's not like, oh my God. Like, for example, not really related to what we're drinking, but like everyone be hyping up Prime. I had Prime, and I never had such a syrupy tasting drink in my life. No offense, Logan, because I know you're watching. Bro, this is not syrupy whatsoever. Like, it almost tastes like natural.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's not. It's creamsicle. It doesn't exist. But dude, this is wild. Like, seriously. Bucked Up, you did great.
Yeah, they really did. And what's funny is like I loved Bucked Up back in the day for their pre-workout. Like that was the pre-workout I used for years back in the day. And so it's cool to see they're still like innovating the game, trying to do new things. So
Yeah. Their new slogan should be, if you ain't have Bucked Up, you better shut up.
Okay, we're just gonna move on from that one.
Whatever.
No, I think it's pretty good. You should send it to them.
Yeah, I just want 10%. That's it. Dude, I'd actually honestly keep buying this.
I know.
Like,
bro,
I'm really excited to try the other flavors.
Bro, if the 12-pack was $25 all the time, I would like literally keep it stocked up. I don't think that $50 is overpricing it. However, it's just like, I'm like, all right, bro, like that's a lot to drop at once. So I'm like, but if I was like doing super well for myself, like I would probably do these over regular protein. Like that would be my mainstay for sure.
Well, the more popular this gets, the lower it's going to be because they're going to have different varieties.
Yeah.
Especially if they make one that's like lower protein.
Right.
Wow. This is crazy.
He said, wow. He shook. He wants to do all 12 flavors now. And then that's it. That's the episode.
If they come out with the caffeinated version, bro, it's wraps. It's wraps.
So one with protein and caffeine.
Yeah, because then that gets rid of the protein powder and pre-workout.
That's fair. Maybe you should come out with it.
Yeah, well, what money, big dog? If any one of you wants to sponsor it, you can put my face on it. It's just a picture of like C-Bum's body with my face going. It's called G Energy.
G Energy? I don't know if that one's making it past the market test.
I was going to say G-Force, but that's taken.
I feel like that's already a thing, isn't it?
That's what I just said.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, anyways, because we're just wasting time at this point. Tyler, what are we talking about today?
So yeah, those are great. Check them out. Anyway, so today...
Link in bio.
Link in bio. If only. We don't have enough to do TikTok shop yet on our main page. So anyways, today we're going to be talking about Something that is a little bit more, I think, could be along like a personal struggle of ours in a sense. And in the main like prompt question is basically just there's two approaches to this. Either A, what is something that we struggle with in the faith, such as forgiveness, resting, as we are called to do, loving your neighbor as yourself, etc., 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 etc.
Yeah, I was like,
Or
what?
I'm going text mode. Or I went to bed late last night, so my brain's a little bit slow right now. Or what are some traits that you still struggle with, in going into, because we're both basically going into our late 20s. So like, are there things that like, we want to, what's an area we want to grow in? What's something that we think we could improve upon? What's something that we think that we need to, just do better in our day-to-day lives, and how, we can go about doing that. So this is almost like, a reflection, and then kind of like, even like something where we can set like, hey, this is what I want to be better at in the new year. This is something that I want to go towards. So a little bit more of a reflective question for us to ponder on. How do you want to do this? Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
It's up to you.
What
I can
you
go
got?
if you want.
All right, go ahead.
Nothing. I'm
He's like-
perfect, to be completely honest.
He's like,
Turned
I
over.
should have said that.
I'm perfect. Your turn.
Okay,
No.
so what I was thinking.
He goes, bro, me too. All right, end of episode. No, so one thing, because I've been thinking about this question because I think I'm one of those people that's very like harsh and critical on myself in general. So it's like I'm always like, oh, there's a million things I need to work on. But one thing, especially when it comes to like the religion aspect of it, is, and I think it's like been more apparent that I need to work on that lately in my life, is finding my self-worth and value in what God thinks of me and not what other people think of me. And that's something that I've always really struggled with, of like, oh, does this person like me? What is this person going to think of what I'm doing? Whether it's, my family, my wife, my wife's opinion is like the main one that matters. So like, don't take that the wrong way. But you know what I'm saying? Like, my friends, my coworkers, my boss, like, if like, it's almost like sometimes I like put their opinions of me too high on my pedestal.
Sure.
And like sometimes I will change what I do or think or say or act based on who I'm around, because I want them to be cool. Like I want to be cool with them. Like I want to be okay with them. I don't want to be judged. I don't want them to like think lesser of me or think of me in like a wrong light. And then I'll take that, and instead of just letting it be that, where it's just like, oh, do you like me? Cool. Do you not like me? Cool. I'll be like, oh my gosh, like clearly like I'm the issue. Like there's something I need to fix. Like what is this? What blah, 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 blah. And I just start going like down the spiral, and it's just like, no, like God like the way God sees you is, for me, incomprehensible, because I can't see myself for the way God sees me, because he sees past all my insecurities, past all the wrongdoings I've done, past everything, and he sees like what my true heart is and where my true nature is, and he values me so much more than I, one, value myself sometimes, and two, more than probably anyone can value me in general, because no one understands, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's so caught up in their own world and their own thoughts that it's like, it's not that deep a lot of the times. So it's like, that's just like one thing that I've been struggling on. I was thinking about it last night hard, is just like leaning on God and his understanding and like trying to see what he thinks of me, and like trying to like line up with that, versus trying to cater myself to every different facet of my life, because everyone's going to want, think, and see something different, but God's the only one that can see everything. He's the only one that can see you behind closed doors. He can only know what your true intentions. He's the only one that knows your thoughts. He's the only one that knows why you're doing what you do. Just because someone doesn't understand what you're doing doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Just because someone thinks what you're doing is wrong doesn't mean it's wrong either, because everyone just has their own opinions on everything. So that's like the short version, is like just like seeing, finding my worth in God and not what other people think.
Nice. I think that's a great one. I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with. People who don't have faith, people who do have faith, people who have had faith for a year, 2 years, 10 years. Like, it's just something that I think, we as a human race, like, we really just value the opinions of others so much. And it's such a unproductive thing, because I'm just like, bro, like, people can think so many different things of you for whatever reason, right? Like, I'm sure there's people from our past when we were 18 or 19 or 20 that, like, we don't even know anymore. We maybe had a couple, interactions with, and they probably think this of us, or they hate us, or they don't like us, or they love us and they think we're amazing. And, like, even some people back home might be like, oh, Tyler's in LA, like, he's doing his acting thing. And it's like, you don't know the struggle that goes out here, So it's like, in any different way, it's like people are always going to have thoughts and perceptions, and, like, even us, of other people as well. And so it's like what you said, reflecting and understanding that, like, hey, man, it's what God thinks. It's not about what other people think, as long as I'm servicing in the way that he needs me to. And also realizing at the same time that, like, we can also do that, right? We can put our projections and insecurities and judgments onto other people, when we really don't know them, when we really don't know what they're going through, when we don't understand what their life is like day to day. So, like, I think there's two good reflection sides to that coin there,
Yeah.
So for me, I think that, one of the things that reflecting upon, and, like, something that I want to improve upon in the new year is, and something that I think, like, encounters just something that I've struggled with, I would say more so since moving out here, but also, like, just as somebody who is called to do better by his faith, is just being better about checking in with people, being better about, reaching out and, asking people how things are going, keeping up with them, making sure that they're okay. Is there anything that, like, I could talk with them through at that time? Is there any, do I need to be a listening board for people? And I think that, number one, that starts with, like, more listening, more talk than talking, which is, like, something I've been trying to work on more recently, is, like, trying to just understand, like, when people are talking, or, we're having conversation, and just trying to, like, take that in, understand it, rather than being, like, the guy who needs to give the answer all the time, But I think something that, like, I think since coming out here, it's just, life's been so much busier, with, like, a relationship and friends and a job and acting and opportunities, and then, everything else that gets in the middle, bills and, car problems and this and that. Like, there's just so much that adds up in your day-to-day life, especially when you get into your, like, late 20s, and you're trying to figure things out for yourself. And, like, I feel like I just lost track of, like, keeping up with people, even if they're old friends, people I haven't talked to in a while. Even sometimes it could be closer friends that, like, maybe my friends from back home that I'm so close with, but I don't talk to as much, anymore until I go back. Or even people out here, it's like just checking in with people, because I feel like we, speaking from my own perspective, but I think in general, like, we can become so consumed with our own life, with our own problems, with our own day to day. And, I think that just happens because it's just life. But at the same time, like, you forget to reach out and check in on people and see how they're doing. And even if it's not even checking in on them, praying for people. Right? Like, praying for this person. If you see they're going through something and you're like, hey, I don't know what to offer at this point, let me pray for them. Let me pray for a conversation to come about. But I think, like, even just being more selfless in that sense of, like, hey, I want to be of service to other people as we're called to do. I want to be of help to other people as we're called to do. And so, if I'm steady consumed in everything in my life, and I'm not, focusing on the people in my life that God has surrounded me with, that he's put there, if I'm not, nurturing and watering those relationships and friendships and, even if it's a coworker or whatever, just trying to be more invested in other people's lives to the degree of just being able to check in and have conversations, and just being better about that is something that I think, like, biblically we're called to do, but also like just as a person who wants to be a good friend, a good partner, a good son, a good brother, a good sister, whatever, like I feel so like a lot of times we just get so detached from everybody because we're so consumed. And then you throw social media in the mix, it's like doom scrolling just took up 3 hours, so it's like just being better about that is something that's just like, on my mind for the next year, but also just like as a calling that I've just wanted to continue working on in my life as well. And just praying about that and trying to, ask him to show me ways that I can do that and be better about that. So.
Yeah, bro, I think that's great. I was actually talking to my friend yesterday on the phone about something similar because we were talking about how, as we've grown older, how much friend groups change. Like one person's single, the other one's dating, the other one just got married. I've been married for over a year. One already has a kid, already thinking of a second. Like we're all in like, but we're all in different facets of life. And it's like, it's so easy to just get caught up in your own personal life. Like, it's so easy to be selfish nowadays. Like, it's just so easy, especially, like you were saying, with social media and, like, TV and music and, like, all that stuff is, like, it's so easy to get distracted during your downtime that it's, like, you have no free time because you're always doing something. So, we were talking about how, like, one, it's, like, crazy how, like, how like your priorities change as you get older, as you like mature in life. But then also he's like, I need to make that decision of like, do I want to be that friend that's like readily available and like, you can count on me because I'm still going to be able to like be available for you, or not, and be the opposite and be like the guy that's like sometimes answers, sometimes reaches out, sometimes this. He goes, there's no right or wrong, like, either one, it's okay. He's like, I would rather be more available and, like, go out my way, even if that means, like, maybe I'm just going to scroll for an hour less today and then just call someone. Hey, bro, haven't talked to you in a couple months. Like, it's not like, oh, you need to pick 3 people every day to reach out to. No, it's like once a week. Once a week, pick one person you haven't talked to in, like, a month at least. How you doing? Just a text. Hey, how are you? Thinking of you. Hope you're doing good, bro. Or shoddy, Like, hope you're doing good. Thinking about you. Do you need anything? How's life been? Like that, like just little texts like that is like goes such a long way. Like it goes such a long way. Like literally,
even as like a, just real quick, even as like a Christian, it's like you can ask them, hey, how you doing? How are things going? They open up to you, whatever, and you can obviously give your advice and have the conversation, but just also being a friend that's like, even if they're not a believer, again, just going back to being like, hey, I'm gonna pray for you, or is there anything I can pray for you right now? And like, I feel like even again, if you're friends with somebody or that whoever this person is that's not a believer, I think that they will still respect and appreciate the fact that like you're whatever you believe in, like what we believe in, we're trying to do what we can for them in that sense. We're trying to, because we honestly believe in the power of that. They may not, but we do. So the fact that like you're showing that effort of that, I think that's something that like they're gonna just appreciate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy how like, bro, life is just so crazy. Like, there was one person that I hadn't talked to in a couple months, and I was just thinking about him, and I'm like, yo, bro, like thinking about you. Hope you're doing well. And then he called me right after. And boy, like, tried to commit suicide, like, he, like, ruined his car, like, all this stuff, and then he had to be, like, institutionalized for, like, a week, and I'm like, what the heck? He goes, yeah, but then I found God because I had nothing else to do but read the Bible, and that really hit, and I was like, oh, okay, like, that's great, I guess, as long as you're all good. Like, some people, like, need to hit rock bottom before they swim back up to the top, but it's like, you don't know what people are going through if you're not there. It's like, and then it's like, I mean, I could go down that rabbit hole of like, man, well, maybe if I had reached out prior or, reached out more often, I could have avoided it or I could have helped them or something like that. But it's like, you can't think like that. It's just do better. Like, reach out more, be there, be more present, be more available. Cause it's like, you don't know what people are going through. And like, you might be the one opportunity of seeing the light like God's light in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like the one, like when I went to, I'm not gonna say the trip because I don't want to out him because it'll be easily figured out. But I went on a trip and then like we were just talking. And me and him were the only ones that stayed up, and I'm like about to fall asleep, like one eye open, like listening to this guy, and he's just like pouring his heart out, and it was just like he just needed it because no one gives the time to just listen. Like giving an ear to someone to just listen, bro. Like sometimes that's all people need. Like, and it's like, and that's like being the light in their lives, just being present. Like that's how God is, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll sometimes he's just present and he's just like listening to you and like embracing you and giving you grace and showing you mercy, and like that goes a long way. That goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. I feel like, you know, in situations like that, like, you know, even me, I used to be so much of like, oh, I need to, like, it's the solving problem. Like, okay, I'll help you. We're going to solve this, you know? And sometimes that's not what it needs to be. Like you said, you're just there to listen and understand. And like, again, there's so many different situations that, you know, this can apply or not apply to, but it's also just like, take the time to reflect, think, pray, and then, you know, come to them with some advice or an answer or some help that you have, you know, instead of just in the moment being, you know, trying to brush off their feelings or brush off their emotions, you know. But also, you know, I do want to say that, like, the counterpart to this is, like, listen, I'm somebody who is a big proponent of, you know, needing to recharge and needing your own personal space and alone time. As somebody who like loves doing, even though I'm in a relationship, even though I have a lot of friends, like I still like to do things alone. Because sometimes I'm like, I just need to personally like recharge and regroup. And so, you know, I'm not saying that like you should always be consumed with other people's stuff. Like, you know, it takes a lot. But I'm saying like, you know, I feel like there's certain things where like, you know, you can sometimes feel, hey, I should reach out to them today, and then you don't. Or like you have a friend who recently you had a conversation with about something they were going through and you don't check in on them. You know what I mean? Like things like that is more so what I'm pointing towards, rather than just being like, oh, I'm going to text everybody today because I want to be that guy. Like,
for
no,
sure,
like,
for sure.
Like I'm just saying more.
You said like a mass good morning text to everyone?
Yeah, it's like, for example, if you're like, you know, your friend comes over, he's like telling you how he just had a breakup or whatever. Like, are you the person that checks in on him like a week or two later? Or are you the person that like just never follows up and is just like, he's dealing with it. He's all right, you know? And for me, I'm like, if I'm trying to be, you know, a good friend, then like, that's not the type of friend that like I want to be, but it is hard and it's a struggle. And so that's just something that like, you know, I feel like I want to improve upon, you know? So yeah.
Solid.
All right, well, that will cover that little topic there. I have a quick question for you.
Oh, no.
You know, because with all the studio buying talks right now, I'm sure you heard, like, you know, Netflix is trying to buy, like, Warner Bros. And stuff like that.
They did. It went through.
Well, they did, but number one, it has to go through the government somehow.
Oh, I thought it
like,
did.
Looking into that
already.
No, not yet. But also, Paramount just made a bigger offer. So I don't know, but like Netflix said that like their deal's confirmed. So like I don't really know. This is just to like set up the point. A lot of people are scared of like, because Netflix, you know, the CEO, whoever, you know, the guy who's at the top, his vision is to not have movies in the theater as long, and you know, have a shorter window time, and then get them to streaming. I think there's a lot that goes into this, but my basic question for this, because I'm an actor, and outside of being an actor, I just love film, and going to the movies is one of my favorite things to do. So like, yeah, obviously I'm a huge advocate for keeping, you know, movies in the theaters. However, do I think that a film needs to be in theaters for a month and a half, 2 months? Personally, no, I don't. As somebody who goes to the theater a lot, and I even go and see old movies in the theater, like I'm paying $20 to go watch something I could stream. So like, before you know, comment any type of way, like I'm at the theater a lot. But my thing is like with a new movie, if I haven't seen it within, and I'm a Stubs member, like I can go to AMC for free. If I haven't seen the movie in like 3 weeks, I'm probably not going to see it in theaters. And even sometimes that might be movies I'm intrigued by, I'm interested in. But if I don't have the time within 3 weeks to go and see it personally, again, as somebody who's a huge film fan and advocate for, movies being in theaters, I don't really like that. I don't think it's a big thing. And so if I'm somebody super big in the film, super big into this, and I'm like, yeah, after 3 weeks, I'm probably not going to go see it. I may. I'm just saying for the most part. And so this was more to spin the question on you as somebody who's not an actor, as somebody who likes film, but I wouldn't say you're as big of a film fan as me.
No. Yeah, for sure.
What are your thoughts? What do you think is a good time for a movie to be in a theater? At what point would you be okay, if I haven't seen it in the first, it could be a week for you, could be 2 weeks, could be longer than me. I don't know. Because I understand that sometimes you just have a really busy span of a few weeks or a month and you're like, oh, I'll catch it after. But, in my opinion, I'm like, all right, well, if I haven't seen it in 3 to 4 weeks, then I might as well just wait for it to come out, Again, depending on the movie and stuff like that. But I was just curious to get your take on it because I know that even your wife would probably prefer to watch it at home anyways, so.
Yeah, she probably definitely would. Surprisingly, I think I kind of agree with you in the sense of you're right. If I haven't seen it in the first 2-3 weeks of it being out, I'm probably not gonna make the effort at that point because the hype's gone. I might as well just wait, right? But devil's advocate, what's his timeline? For it to be out for a week and then done? Because at the end of the day, is unless you're pumping out a new movie every week, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have any movies in the theaters then. That's really stupid. So it's unless you're pumping out an insane amount of movies every single year, it has to be at least a month, I feel like. And even then, that's still at least 10 movies a month? That's still a lot of movies. So it's I don't know. I understand what he's saying, but I also think I'm one, it's not like the movie gets more money from what I'm aware. I'm not paying extra for the 36 movies I watched this month on Netflix. I am paying extra if I'm watching 36 movies in a month at the theaters. So I know they're making more money. So it's as someone that is a creative but not in the acting world, bro, go get your check. Go get that bread. So I think it almost should be, personally, I think it should be on a case-to-case basis. I think if you're if you're selling out, right, if you're selling out 2 weeks in, keep it for a month. See how it goes. Yeah. But if there's no hype after and people aren't going to go see it after 1 week, why is it there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a case-by-case thing. Right, if you have a Nolan movie come out, if you have a Denis Villeneuve, if you have an Avengers movie come out, of course, those need to be in there. They're grand spectacles. They need to be there for a while because they'll continue to sell. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form agreeing. I'm somebody I want to own a movie theater one day. I'm all for movie theaters being open and active and alive. I'm just saying that if he's looking to go from a 5-week window to a 3 or 4 week window, I personally, I'm always open to be proving wrong, but I personally don't see the harm in that. The only harm that I see in that is people being oh, well then I'm just not gonna go. It's only 3 weeks. I'm just gonna wait.
True.
But in my opinion, the people who are going to go to the movies to see the movie are gonna go within that span anyways. It's the people who really aren't my mom who doesn't care to go to the theater. You could have the movie in the theater for 2 months. She's not going. Yeah. Probably, again, even your wife to a degree. If you don't go to the movie, if you don't go together, she's probably not going to go see a movie, at all, at all. It's
I'll go by myself. She will never. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm I understand everybody's viewpoints, especially the people that are in this industry, because we want to keep it alive, and that's what keeps box office and big things. I think there's a silver lining, and I think it can be case by case, but I do think with movies that are just hey, here's another movie, whether it just be a comedy or a dramedy or a romance movie. It's not something on a grand scale like the Odyssey or Dune or something like that. I personally don't mind a 3-4 week window. Now, if he's saying, hey, they should be there for a week, 2 weeks, yeah, you're going too extreme. You're trying to, and honestly, I don't put it past the guy to start here and then continue to gradually go down. So again, I'm in no way, shape, or form agreeing with his overall motive. I'm just saying in general, right? Like, I think a 3 to 4 week window is like, I personally think for most movies, you don't really need more than that. Like, the people who are going to see it are going to go and see it. And the people who didn't probably aren't. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I fully agree with that. Like, I think a month is a sweet spot because,
Yeah, I think a month is
you know, every situation's different. Maybe you just can't get off. Maybe, you know, you just don't have the money. If you give someone a month, they're like, yo, if you want to go watch this movie, go to this concert, right? Like, different terms, right?
Yeah.
You got a month. You got a month to figure it out. Okay, bet. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, that's kind of a short amount of time. Sometimes people just can't fit it. It happens.
Sure.
2
yeah,
months?
but in a month,
Heck no.
2 months is it's way too long.
Too much. There's no reason. Like, I don't know how long it actually was in theaters, but like, I felt like Dune 2 was in theaters for like 3 months. Like, every single time I walk past the theater, I'm like, it's still here?
That's fair. But again, that's one of those ones where it's like, it's probably still selling out. So, like,
Sure.
keep it.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like almost like a case by case, minimum 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's like usually like if it's like, oh, you know, we sell like half of the theater every showing still. Okay, bet. Do the month. Do the month. You know?
Yeah.
You're selling out the whole thing every single day. Oh, I bet. Let's finesse, make some money.
Like, again, I literally just went on Thanksgiving to see Wake Up Dead Man, which is the third installment in the Knives Out franchise. And it's literally coming out. I think it came out on Netflix today or yesterday, like as we're recording. But like,
I tried watching it yesterday. It was not. So
a
maybe
small
today.
What happened?
I tried watching it yesterday. It still wasn't out. So I think it's today.
Oh, okay. But
Either today or
in any
tomorrow.
case, like, I literally went to an independent cinema to see that, to pay money to see that and buy snacks and be there, rather than I could have just waited 2 weeks and saw it for free. You know what I mean? But like, I wanted, the desire was there. So what I'm just saying is, like, I feel like the people who desire to go and see these movies are going to go and see them, you know, especially like in that window. You know, I think like, again, for movies like that, it's like, you know, and I think it's just something where, like, it's just going to be the evolution of it, bro. It's like, you know, we went from movie theaters alone to then VHS came along and people could watch at home. And I'm sure that changed the landscape. And then we had DVD come out, and then we had, you know, Redbox came out. And then now we have Netflix, which started as a mailing and now they're streaming. So I'm like, it's just it's a way that it's going to adapt. But like, again, I'm somebody who I want the theaters to be around for hundreds of years. Like I think they should always be there. I think it's such an experience. I think that's how movies should most of the time be experienced, because it's just better. I love getting an audience reaction. I love, you know, hearing people laugh at different parts, and if it's a horror movie, like, get scared at different parts, and to me it enhances the experience so much. You know, but even nowadays when you go to the theater, sometimes it's like you have like 3 people on their phones. Some people don't know how to be quiet. So the etiquette just isn't even there. I'm like, how about we focus on the etiquette of a movie theater first? You know, let's work there. Like, let's actually bring
At least I can
rules
knock
back
you
into
out at
movie
my house.
theaters, yeah. But you know, listen, if you guys have any comments on that, if you have your opinion, I would love to hear it. I'm curious to see everybody's perspective on it, on any of these topics. You know, if you want to drop down in the comments below some of your goals for 2026, some things that you think you can improve upon, or something you think you've improved upon this year. We'd love to hear that too. So go ahead and let us know. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the episode.
Yeah, solid episode in my opinion. Let us know if you thought it was a solid episode.
And try this protein. It's fire.
We'll try to add the link in our description for our TikTok shop if you guys want to check it out. That being said, make sure to comment, like, subscribe. It helps us out a lot. It goes a long way. Send this episode to your friend, your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your grandma, whoever
Your cousin?
may listen. Like, what's up? We all fam here. Remember, if you're not caught up, you're catching up. And there's a lot of episodes out. We've been doing this for a minute. So there's always some. Let us know. Let us know what your thoughts are. And, in case you forgot, though, my name is Gabriel.
And my name is Tyler.
And we are the Catchin Up Podcast, and we'll catch you next week for our season finale. Peace.
Peace.
Catching Up Podcast. If you're not caught up, you're catching up.
I don't necessarily know what that means.